Welcome to Tzu Chi This Week. I'm Mary Lee. It's good to have you with us. Coming up in this week's top stories, Tzu Chi volunteers in the Philippines distribute foldable beds to Palo residents living in temporary shelters. Tima doctors in Taiwan provide dental and health checkups for residents in New Taipei City and Tainan. In Malaysia, we meet Yang Zhonghui, the first Tzu Chi volunteer in JERC, to see how she inspires more locals to join the Buddhist NGO. In the Philippines, Tzu Chi volunteers are now conducting surveys in Palo Town in hopes of building prefabricated housing for those affected by Typhoon Haiyan. Volunteers also distributed over 1,000 foldable beds in Palo to allow residents still living in temporary shelters to finally get a good night's rest.
With the foldable bed in hand, Lorenzo Tequitiello happily returns to his tent, after which he spends a few minutes to assemble the bed.
We have been sleeping on abandoned wooden boats, but with the recent rain, they get wet and damp very easily.
More than 3 months following Typhoon Haiyan, many survivors are still living in temporary shelters. Roman Zapikena had been sleeping on a bench prior to receiving Tzu Chi's foldable bed.
I've slept on a wooden bench up until now, and my back really hurts. Tzu Chi's foldable bed is a blessing which we shall cherish.
Wala nang magbibigay siguro sa amin ng ganyan.
Many residents have been left homeless in the aftermath of Haiyan. His senior caught a cold and hasn't been able to recover living in such tough conditions.
My grandma cannot stand on her own and we have to feed her.
Tzu Chi volunteers carry out several assessments in hopes of finding a suitable location to help residents rebuild their homes.
If we can build prefabricated housing here, it would be a giant step forward for the Tzu Chi Philippines chapter.
Having accompanied residents on the path to recovery, Tzu Chi volunteers vow to continue to do what they can to ensure the days ahead will be filled with love and hope.
In Indonesia, Karawang in West Java experienced severe flooding in January. Though floodwaters have now receded, many villagers are still, however, troubled by poor health. To help, Jakarta Tzu Chi volunteers and team of doctors held free clinics in 3 villages to alleviate the suffering.
Sitting under a tent, residents wait patiently for their turn to receive medical treatment here at Tzu Chi's free clinic. Saimi and her daughter have both been ill since the flooding of West Java.
The flood has had a great impact on our daily lives. We don't eat or sleep well and have also fallen ill. Thankfully, with Tzu Chi's free clinic, we are able to recover.
The flood devastated the lives of residents in several villages in Karawang, and though floodwaters have subsided, many have yet to recover.
Our hearts ache seeing how many residents have become sick after the flooding, so we hope to treat their illnesses with this free clinic.
Most of those who attend our free clinics are normally children, but this time we have treated many seniors too. Most of them have skin problems, colds and coughs, which are common symptoms after a flood.
Jakarta Tzu Chi volunteers and team members divided themselves into groups so to better carry out the free clinics in 3 different villages.
Thanks to Tzu Chi for this free treatment. I hope to recover soon and I wish the volunteers peace as well.
I'm really glad you held a free clinic like this. It is really a great help to us.
If time allows, we should come here every few months to help check up on the residents' health. After all, they don't earn much and really need our help.
Knowing that medical care means a great deal to impoverished families, volunteers and medical staff hope to continue to safeguard their health in the future.
Despite their busy schedule, team of doctors in Tainan visited a nursing home to provide dental checkups for those with disabilities. Meanwhile, Northern District team of members traveled to New Taipei City's Tzu Chi District to check on the health of senior residents living in the mountains.
The Lantern Festival concludes the New Year celebrations here in Taiwan, and the streets of New Taipei City's Pingxi have returned to their usual calm. But today, large crowds gather in front of the Jingtong station, waiting to receive a free health checkup at Tzu Chi's free clinic. This is the team of doctors' first visit here following the Chinese New Year. Just like visiting old friends, volunteers want to know if the seniors are well. Welcoming the volunteers just like her own family members, this grandma immediately brings out food and snacks to share with her guests.
Whenever we visit her, she is always so happy to see us. And she will bring out all of the fruits and vegetables she planted to share with us. Her kind gestures really move us.
Pingxi District has the highest percentage of elderly in the country. However, with medical resources lacking, team of doctors organize medical checkups every 2 months to safeguard the health of residents here.
It's often said that to give is more blessed than to receive. But coming here, I truly feel that we are not really giving. We are more on the receiving end, as the warmth and kindness the seniors here have shown is much more than what we have given them. Seniors living in remote mountain regions usually have a higher life expectancy. Seeing the healthy and confident lifestyles they lead, this visit has been well worthwhile.
Although the main purpose of the visit is to offer medical care, team of doctors and volunteers, while safeguarding the health of residents, also bring warmth and care. Providing dental checkups for those with disabilities requires the help of many. 1 to comfort, 1 to ensure patients keep their mouth open, and 3 to hold their hands and feet. Tainan team of members used part of their weekend to provide dental checkups at the local nursing home. Treating patients who suffer from disabilities, doctors had to display more patience than usual. Team Dr. Wu Guoyi even made a set of dentures for one patient.
He's missing a lot of teeth, which makes it hard for him to chew his food. Once the denture is complete, he will be able to eat again, so I'm quite happy about that.
At the onset of the new year, we want to improve their oral health and to tackle any problems they might have.
After a thorough checkup, these nursing home residents can finally eat without problems once again. Thanks to the care and professionalism of team of doctors and volunteers, faces here are lit up with radiant smiles.
In the United States, Oakland Tzu Chi volunteers in California held a spring festival event prior to the end of the Lantern Festival at the Walnut Creek City Library. During the event, many residents brought their bamboo coin banks to donate. Meanwhile, in Chicago, the Tzu Chi Academy held a large blessing ceremony to mark the new year. Performing tricks with the Diabolo, students from the Tzu Chi Academy in Chicago, Michigan showcased their many talents during a blessing ceremony. Not only talented, these students also possesses a heart of gold as they donate their filled bamboo coin bank and sing their blessings. Over on the west coast of the United States, Oakland Tzu Chi volunteers in California held a spring festival event at the Walnut Creek City Library this year, which is a more convenient location for local residents. Many participants returned their filled bamboo coin banks they received last year.
Not only talking about accumulating merit or purifying hearts, Tzu Chi is taking action to do so, and volunteers are all in line with these ideals.
This is the first Tzu Chi event for Lin Taihua, who is a Catholic.
I was very moved today when I saw how Tzu Chi volunteers about 90 degrees to hand relief supplies to disaster survivors. I almost cried as I felt in their hearts they aren't just giving aid to the needy, but are giving their love as well.
Tzu Chi's sincerity breaks religious boundaries, and in this moment, love and wisdom is transpired. Moving to Malaysia, we meet Tzu Chi volunteer Tian Jingxiang, who, despite coming from a different religious background, has been steadfast in her commitment in attending the morning study session to watch Master Zhen Yan's Wisdom at Dawn. Every morning when the alarm goes off, it's really difficult to get up, but I have to get up. Why? Because Tzu Chi brothers and sisters are coming to pick us up.
Tzu Chi volunteer Tian Jingxiang, despite being a Catholic, still gets up early every morning to watch Master Zhen Yan's Wisdom at Dawn.
I have never studied sutras before. This is my first time. I have also never heard of some of these Fujian dialects before. I looked to the person beside me and I wasn't able to understand his writing. I take notes and ask others, and they will explain what it is about. I write down whatever I don't understand and look it up in the computer. When I find an answer, I will then write it neatly into another notebook.
The volunteer happily takes on any challenges ahead because
I suddenly realized that while doing Tzu Chi's work, I can still attend my church service. I was deeply moved by this because there are no religious or ethnicity barriers in Tzu Chi. It's just like what the master said, we should just do it.
the morning study session has also helped Tian improve her family relationships.
Whenever I am about to get angry, I will think about what the master said in regards to greed, anger, and ignorance, and I will let go of my anger.
Compared to before, my mom is more patient now and won't get so angry over small things.
Taking the Dharma to heart, Tian Jingxiang has learned to get rid of her bad habits and form good affinities with all those around her.
In Malaysia's Jerak, we meet Tzu Chi alumna Yang Zhonghui. After college graduation, the young lady started teaching at a school in Jerak and worked to inspire local residents with Tzu Chi's compassion and humanistic values.
Before 2011, Pengkalang Hulu Tzu Chi volunteers would travel long distances to Jerak to carry out Tzu Chi's events there. This routine didn't change until her presence.
因为我在慈青活动的时候，那时候就很喜欢慈济的。
When I was at Tzu Chi, I was so fond of taking part in Tzu Chi's events. After I started teaching here in Jerak, I wanted to continue my participation in Tzu Chi's events, so I contacted the Tzu Chi Pengkalang Hulu Liaison Office and carried out Tzu Chi's missions here.
所以到最后就联络到高屋的联络点。
After graduating from college, Yang Zhonghui became a teacher at a school in Jerak. In the beginning, she faced obstacles in promoting Tzu Chi. Thankfully, some of her students' parents showed their support to her.
我的孩子是读钟慧老师的班的。
Teacher Zhonghui teaches my child. She is a kind and compassionate person. Seeing how she devotes herself to a great cause, I decided to follow in her footsteps.
Also doing his part for Tzu Chi's mission is another former Tzu Chi, Li Jianwei. In 2012, Li became Yang's colleague and a fellow volunteer on the Tzu Chi path.
以前在校园是
In schools, our target audience are students and fellow colleagues. However, in communities, the composition of our target audience is different. So we need to be adapted to not only the environment, but also people from different backgrounds.
With a giving heart, Li Jianwei and Yang Zhonghui will continue spreading seeds of kindness here in Jerak and inspire more local residents to join in Tzu Chi volunteers' ranks.
In Taiwan, Tzu Chi volunteers in Hualien visited the local prison along with their fellow volunteer Gao Wei-ying, who was a former inmate himself. Gao hopes, through sharing his life story, to inspire these inmates to turn over a new leaf.
亲情不怕，我不问苦。
A song expressing the emotions of parents waiting for their children to realize their wrongdoings has these inmates in Hualien deeply moved.
We really hope that we can be united with our moms, but that won't be possible right now. The event today was really inspirational. Through writing our love and feelings for our family in letters, we are able to express our love and also do good deeds.
Sharing his life story is Tzu Chi volunteer Gao Wei-ying, who was once a gang member and was jailed for robbery and theft charges. It was not until other inmates shared Buddhist Sutra with him and introduced Tzu Chi that Gao realized his past mistakes and finally turned over a new leaf.
I'm filled with gratitude. Though there were ups and downs on the way, I was determined, and it was because I believe in myself that I really changed.
Today, Gao Wei-ying, along with his wife and mother, are all devoted to Tzu Chi's work, and he hopes to use his personal story to inspire other inmates to change as well.
I hope to accumulate a little of my power to help those in need so that the world will become a better place.
Though yesterday is gone, with a change of thought, the days ahead can be better and brighter, as long as one is determined to stay on the right path in life.
In Yonghe, New Taipei City, Tzu Chi volunteers recently set up a stall inside a traditional market. Every Monday, apart from providing blood pressure checkups, volunteers also promote environmental concepts and vegetarianism to members of the public.
Inside this traditional market, volunteers warmly greet all passers-by. In this less than 10 square meter space, what volunteers are selling are not products but a service.
In the early days, it was with the help of 30 housewives that Master Zheng ideals and philosophy of the bamboo coin bank spread. So using the same method, we hope those who come inside may leave feeling spiritually rewarded.
Following the same methods that were used in the early days of Tzu Chi's establishment, Yonghe Tzu Chi volunteers set up a store inside the traditional market, hoping to introduce the organization to more people.
Today we made a cake using Tzu Chi's multigrain powder, yam, and Adelaide powder for members of the public to try. We hope to form more affinities with local residents, and it's a way for us to recruit more bodhisattvas too.
In the 2 weeks since its opening, the store has attracted many housewives to step inside and learn more. Apart from promoting Tzu Chi's Jingsi aphorisms, volunteers also shared Tzu Chi's charity mission and recycling concepts with local residents.
While we are here, we really hope to ignite compassion in people's hearts. And Tzu Chi is a channel for them to do good deeds. So we're happy we recruited so many like-minded people to join us.
We have people come to sign up as volunteers, some who adopted bamboo coin banks and others who signed up to become donating members.
With this initiative, Tzu Chi volunteers are well on their way to creating a society filled with love and compassion.
Recently, Tzu Chi volunteer and bakery owner Fang Han-wu brought 12 members of its management team to a local recycling station to sort recyclables. Meanwhile, in Tainan's Yongkang, needy students helped by the Taiwan Fund for Children and Family also joined recycling volunteers to gain a better understanding of environmental protection.
In Tainan, needy students subsidized by the Taiwan Fund for Children and Family arrived at a local recycling station to learn how to practice recycling.
Our children should not only receive help, but learn to help other people as well.
We hope through today's lesson that they can gain spiritual growth and start practicing recycling on a daily basis.
Other than using hands-on experience to teach recycling, volunteers also seized the opportunity to introduce Tzu Chi's environmental message and its Jingsi aphorisms.
Besides doing recycling, we need to eat vegetarian food. It's good for animals and Mother Nature.
A few words of encouragement can make a huge difference in someone's life, and in helping those in need, you will also obtain a sense of fulfillment.
After the recycling event, these youngsters have learned to cherish their own blessings and pay their love forward to help those in greater need. Here at a local recycling station in Kaohsiung, employees of a local bakery joined volunteers in categorizing a mountain of recyclables.
The scale of recycling in our company isn't as massive as it is here. The number of the recyclables here is much higher. The recycling station isn't as smelly as I thought it would be.
Not until Hong Jinjie learned recycling firsthand from Tzu Chi volunteers did he realize the depth of the practice. Led by Tzu Chi volunteer Fang Hanwu, Hong and others are learning how to categorize recyclables.
It's destiny that brings my colleagues and I together. I started thinking what I could do to better their lives, and then the idea of doing recycling came to mind.
Fang hopes to motivate all the employees in his company to join Tzu Chi's environmental campaign and learn more about the practice of recycling.
Now I want to introduce Tzu Chi's philosophy, especially its message of environmental protection. I know it will be beneficial for all mankind, and I hope they can get involved in such meaningful activity.
Thanks to Fang Hanwu, Tzu Chi's environmental campaign will be spread far and wide, inspiring more people to join the cause.
In Vancouver, Canada, Tzu Chi volunteers visited senior residents at the Mount St. Joseph Hospital, where they not only put on various shows to entertain the elderly, but also prepared Jinsi aphorism volumes to enlighten residents' spirituality.
Upon seeing the volunteers' lively performance, residents here are all smiles. At Vancouver's Mount St. Joseph Hospital, volunteers and community members joined together to entertain residents and patients with various performances. This is Zhang Xuhui, who has joined Tzu Chi volunteers in caring for senior residents for the past 3 years.
We are here to show our love and care to the elderly and to those who have difficulty moving about. Taking part in such a meaningful event is something that makes me feel great.
Founded in 1946, the Mount St. Joseph Hospital was originally set up by a group of Catholic sisters to provide health services to the nearby Asian community. Today, the hospital is known for providing for the needs of various ethnic communities. During a recent visit, Tzu Chi volunteers donated volumes of Jinsi aphorisms to the hospital as gifts.
When family members face the passing of their loved ones, reading the Jinsi aphorisms would definitely help them relieve their pain. No matter which religion you believe in, these words of wisdom are useful.
Thanks to events like these, Tzu Chi's philosophy can continue to spread in this adopted land. And with the spiritual sustenance offered by Jinsi aphorisms, residents, patients, and family members will be able to find peace in their hearts as they face the impermanence of life.
We turn our camera to Dongguan, China at the end of the show, where Tzu Chi volunteers held a groundbreaking ceremony to start constructions on the second Jinsi Hall in the country. With the help and blessing of many individuals, the simple yet solemn occasion went off without a hitch. We will leave you with these images. Thank you for watching. See you next week.